All right, chat. So the Emilia Perez saga continues on. Somehow, Emilia Perez continues to fall flat on its face every other day. I've been covering this movie, I guess, honestly, ever since it won all those Golden Globes a couple of weeks ago, right? It's a movie that I didn't know much about, like, at all. I think I knew, like, several people who had seen it and said they really didn't like it. But I think ever since the Golden Globe nominations and wins, more people have been checking it out. And like those people, I thought the movie was absolutely wretched. I thought it was terrible. I mean, from the technical aspects, production values, to the acting, the various performances. But, you know, the fact that it's a musical and all the music just sucks. It's all talking singing. I mean, most of us, and I don't say this facetiously, I think most of us could do as good a job as those actors that were paid all that money to be in the film. It's been utterly ridiculous. And I think the big reason why this movie is getting so much attention, not from general audiences, not even from critics who I think, to put it lightly, are split on the film, although I think more and more people, more critics are coming out saying, like, this movie is pretty bad. But, like, the only people that seem to be enjoying the movie are the voting bodies of these award shows, like the Hollywood Foreign Press, the Golden Globes, and the Oscars and things like that. Like, that seems to be the only people that are supporting this movie and keep saying, like, isn't it great? And we're like, no. But there have been so many controversies coming from this film. You have the director, saying wildly crazy stuff for the past, several weeks, saying he didn't do any research about Mexico, felt like he didn't need to do that for a movie that's set in Mexico. Talking about how he didn't feel like he needed to hire Mexican actors because he didn't know any good Mexican actors, to most recently saying that Spanish is the language of developing countries and poor countries, poor people. But then the main star, who's not really, even though she plays Emilia Perez in the movie, she's not really the main character. It's actually Zoe Saldana, but whatever. I'm not here to argue that. But Carla Sofia Gascon, she has come out, or things have come out about her, and just kind of shows her to be like this truly wretched human being. Like, all of her past tweets, which are not even from decades ago. It's like only from a couple of years ago, saying so many racist things in regards to black people, Asian people, Koreans, Chinese, Muslims, Jews, most recently, defending Hitler. It just feels like parody at this point now. And originally she deleted her Twitter X account, whatever the hell they're calling it now at this point. And she's put out these apologies, these statements where they're not really apologies. It's more that kind of apology where it's like, I'm sorry what I said offended you, which I think is the worst thing you could do. It's not like, I'm sorry for saying these horrible things, they were bad. Just saying, like, well, I'm sorry these things offended you. It's just like, I'm sorry that it made you feel that way, but I'm not at fault. That's your fault, which is really bad. And apparently she did an interview, that she booked herself, and apparently that went off the rails and was really crazy and ridiculous. And these are like excerpts from that interview. You could check it out. You could check out the Hollywood Reporter has it. But this is from Disgusting Film. This is sent to me by Isaac Detchikowayne. Thank you so much for sending this my way. Kind of makes it easier to look at and dissect. But Carla Sofia Gascon has done an hour-long interview about her dozens of offensive posts that were found recently. Apparently she set up the interview herself without anyone involved with Emilia Perez and Netflix. Oh boy. That's probably not good. Suggest that some posts, including one calling Selena Gomez a rich rat, were fabricated as a targeted campaign against her. I can't believe she's doing the excuse of, my account was hacked. I was hacked. Even though she has a history of saying wildly crazy things, racist things, really derogatory things about people. She's saying, like, oh, that one about my co-star, that was fake. Someone hacked my account. It's like, I don't think so. I think you were the one that did that. Says she goes out of her way to avoid harming anyone. When I have a spider in my house, I put a little glass on it as not to kill it and take it out to the street. Sure. Says she will not renounce her Oscar nomination because what I have done is a job, and what is being valued is my acting work, and because I've not committed any crime, nor have I harmed anyone. And they go into more details. I think she also released another statement too. I don't think it was part of this interview. It was part of her initial apology, where she's like, I don't hate Muslims. My best friend's a Muslim. She did that excuse. like, none of this is helping. None of this is helping. It just looks so bad. And really, it's just revealing her to be, in my opinion, a truly horrible human being. You know? It's like, yes, she's the first trans actress ever nominated for an Oscar, but just because you're a trans actor doesn't mean you're not an asshole. Like, you could be trans and you could be a piece of shit. All right? And she certainly fits that bill, in my opinion. But apparently there's been some additional news released. Netflix, I think, has finally released some statements in regards to, well, her statements. And this is from Variety, so let's go ahead and read this. I'm very interested to check this out. Netflix distances itself from Carla Sofia Gascon as controversy forces Emilia Perez Oscar campaign changes, I'm sure. She can't campaign for it anymore. Netflix is distancing itself from Emilia Perez star in an effort to salvage the film's Oscar prospects, and as a Spanish actress trying to diffuse the blowback for her past social media posts in which she shared offensive views that were seen as Islamophobic and racist. She's doing on her own without the guidance of a streaming giant or PR team. Gascon, who made history as the first openly transgender performer to be nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards, was expected to travel from her home in Spain to Los Angeles for the critical second phase of the Oscars campaign. Her planned itinerary included major entertainment industry events, which is the AFI Award luncheon on Thursday, Critics' Choice Awards on Friday, the Directors Guild of America Awards, and the Producers Guild of America Awards on Saturday, and Santa Barbara International Film Festival on Sunday. However, Gascon is no longer expected to attend any of them, and she won't be attending the ceremony for the Oscars too, I bet. I'd be blown away if she attends it. I'll get to what I think is going to end up happening, but we'll see. Her absence has further complicated the campaign efforts for Netflix and the film's award team, adding to the tension. Gascon, her co-star Zoe Delana, share the same public relations firm. Oh boy, the Leday Company. Sources tell Variety that Netflix and the PR agency have stopped talking directly with Gascon and are only communicating through her United Talent agency representative, Jeremy Barber. Good old Jeremy. Sources also said the streamer is no longer covering expenses for her travel to various award shows or her styling for any appearances at these events. If she intends to make these stops, it would fall to Gascon to pay for everything from her airfare to her accommodations. The actress was relative unknown when she got the life-changing title role in Emilia Perez, which meant she was paid roughly €100,000, $104,000 for a role in the film. According to a source of knowledge of her deal, Gascon did not respond to requests for comment. A new for your consideration advertisement debuted Monday, highlights Emilia Perez 13 Oscar nominations, yada, yada, yada. Marketing preview Saldana and her co-star Selena Gomez of Adriana Paz, neither of whom are nominated. Schiff suggested Netflix trying to minimize Gascon's contribution. Yeah, but she's the character. Her name's Emilia Perez. Okay. Oscar race has now entered its post-nominations phase, a period that often sees marketing becoming more targeted on the categories that campaigns think have best chance of leading to actual wins. So on the film, we're seeing strong candidates for top prizes than Gascon, who was expected to lose Best Actress Demi Moore at Substance, which I think it will be Demi Moore. Although, again, I haven't not seen all the other movies, but of the ones that I've seen, she, I think, gives the best performance. Even before the scandal erupted, however many of the film's lead actress in the title to film from the emotional materials has raised eyebrows. No shit. It's hard to imagine a campaign focus that excludes the titular character while still aiming to bring home the goal, one awards consultant tells Variety. Oh, my God. This guy issued apologies. She's issued so many apologies. And then she tagged multiple publications, including Variety, saying in part, "They want to subject me to cancel culture," she wrote. "I asked the Hollywood experts and journalists who know me and have followed my career, how can I move forward?" But some Oscar voters who asked to remain anonymous said, despite Gascon's apologies, and please, you're moving on from her in the film that put her on the radar. Damn, I almost felt sorry for her at first, but now I'm like, fuck that. What Academy member said. Another Oscar voter dismissed the impact of the country, saying, "I don't think it affects anything. I judge the film on its merits. I can't judge what others do outside of it." However, a third voter predicted there would be repercussions for the film and expressed sympathy for Saldana. I think it's going to have a huge effect. It left a bad taste in people's mouths, voters said. People are allowed to have their opinions, but I don't want to live in a world where racism and a bigot is highlighted and rewarded. Exactly. I was going to vote for her because I really did think she was extraordinary, but how could I now? I hope it doesn't affect Zoe. It really shouldn't. I don't think people are that stupid. How the Oscar yield is gone if she attends the ceremony. And people go into... Yeah, I just... Oh, yeah, this is the other thing, too. Certain changes that have been made to the broadcast that could make things less awkward. The Oscars recently announced the return of the Fab Five moments, a segment where previous winners recognize nominees in their respective year. This sometimes works. Other times it kind of gets a little awkward. Just introduced recent years, resonating audiences celebrating artistry across generations, which has brought memorable moments such as Oscar winner Rita Moreno, West Side Story, paying tribute to supporting actress America Ferrera, Barbie, or Kevin Kline, Fish Go On, memorizing Heath Ledger. That was a good one. or posthumous supporting actor statue. Source tells Varieties that Fab Five moments were not going to be executed in the acting categories this year. Yeah, I bet. And this just came before the official nominations are announced. Sure. It will happen in the director's category and for some of the Artisans Awards. Oh, great. So they could... Yeah, after what was his name, Jacques Audiard talking about how Spanish is the language of pores. Oh, my God. So there you go. And they go into more reference. Oh, so it's over Emilia Perez. Many Oscar campaigns have been nearly delayed over the years only to overcome the controversy. Take vs. Pictures Green Book. And they're up to 2019 Oscars. Director Peter Farley had to apologize after newspaper articles from the 90s suggest he revealed his genitals to actors. Jesus. Well, Carter Nick Valongo was criticized after a past week endorsing a false Donald Trump accusation about New Jersey Muslims cheering on 9/11 was resurfaced. And like Viggo Morrison used the N-word at a screening in the film. And was still in the best picture, which people kind of look at that as like a moment. And yeah, there you go. So, again, it's just so crazy. I mean, personally, even without all this, I just think the movie's like really terrible. I think it's an awful film. It's one of the worst of last year. And what did my worst of list had I seen it beforehand? And it's just like remarkable that it's just getting all this award attention. Though I don't think it's actually for the artistic merit itself. I do think they're nominated for sociopolitical reasons, and I think it's. They're misinterpreting it. It's warped in the way that they think it's promoting a positive view of Mexicans and their culture and Latino community, LGBT community. There's been so many people from those communities that have come out and said this movie fucking sucks. All right, we don't like this. This is an ignorant portrayal of all these different people and groups. You know, but with this on top of it, everything the director has been saying, Carla Sofia Gascon has been saying, just the general lack of quality of the movie. I feel like what will most likely it'll get shut out now in from a lot of wins that I probably would have gotten, which that's good. I mean, Zoe Saldana for some reason is a lock. I don't get that. I really don't think she did a good job. I don't. I thought her singing was atrocious. Her character had no depth. She had the depth of a fucking puddle in the movie. I don't understand that at all. That boggles my mind. Yeah, it's just so weird. But it's just, it's going to keep escalating. It's going to keep getting more and more ridiculous as we, get to that award ceremony. I'm very curious, because Conan O'Brien is hosting. And he's not afraid to, criticize shit and to get in there and poke fun at stuff. I think it'd be hilarious if he gets in there and just, pokes fun at Emilia Perez at its own expense. That would be great. But what do you guys think about this? I feel like I know what many people are going to say about this movie. I think there's just so many opinions out there. I think most of the people are all on the kind of same page in regards to this film. Just a wretched movie, even outside of all this controversy. But very curious to know. What about you guys? How do you feel about this? Let me scroll up. What you guys are saying. Very curious. Oh, I know. Yeah. All that stuff with Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone, and she is straight up in blackface. They darken her so well. First of all, the fact that they even casted her as Nina Simone is weird. It's so weird. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. I need to find some old geezer to buy me tacos and flan. I'm hungry. I'm glad, Naya. I hope you find someone. What a freaking mess is Biggie Smith. Perhaps there's no Denis Villeneuve nomination, but then again, despite being my director, praised this piece. So, that's the thing that is so weird. There are so many directors coming out and just saying the movie is one of the best movies ever, saying that it's one of the best movies of the year. Like Guillermo del Toro coming out, who is a fucking Mexican filmmaker. So you're like, it's great. It's like, really? Who was the other one that came out? I think James Cameron. Who gives a shit what he says nowadays? He's so two-faced on so many things, saying it's great, and then a year later be like, yeah, it was a piece of shit. I lied. So I really don't trust him. But yeah, it's been, and Denis Villeneuve has been one of those other guys. I'm like, what are they fucking seeing that I'm just not? That so many people are just not seeing. We just don't get it. It's so bizarre. Is it all just that they feel like it's this is a great representation of Mexico and Mexican people and Latino people and the trans community? Is this what they just? I feel like that has to, and they have a warped view of that, Because I mean, just the look of the film, it's nothing spectacular about it. It feels cheap all the time. Like, even the lighting's flat. I don't think any of the performances pop at all. And the music fucking sucks. And I know, listen, I've admitted I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to music, but I, grew up on, like, the Disney Renaissance era and listening to those songs, and, like, I've seen Broadway shows, and it's like, this music's anything but fucking Broadway. Like, saying that the music in this, Emilia Perez, is better than the music in Wicked? Like, are we being serious right now? It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Let's see here. Hope Conclave wins picture. I got checked out. I'm going to be checking it out hopefully this week. To you guys, because this movie's terrible, I have 2 friends that are gay, and they do drag, and they don't even like it. So it's not a biased thing. It's just looking at the movie as a whole. It's not good, just flat out. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm glad that was through it. It's about, yes, Infinity War. Did she not remember how racist she was at German before she started film? Yeah, she forgot. What it is, I kept mentioning this. What's obvious, because she's saying, like, I'm not racist, I'm not all these things, I wouldn't, hurt a fly. And she's just, all of her statements, like, the most revealing thing is that she's not really apologizing. She's just been apologizing that people have been offended by what she said. Not actually saying what I said was wrong, which what she said was wrong, obviously. And to me, that's a clear sign of fucking narcissism. Okay? I've interacted with a lot of narcissists in my life and those kind of people, and they so rarely want to take responsibility for what they do and what they say. They just defer. Or they kind of throw it back at you and saying, like, you're racist for calling them out on their racism. Or they're just ignorant and downright disgusting behavior. So, that's what she is. She's clearly a narcissist, and she's fucking nuts. That's the other thing, too. Oh, man. Let's see here. Well, she was locked to all this stuff. It'd be kind of cool if there was, like, a dark horse. I've just never understood, like, and, like, Zoe Saldana's been good in other things, but I don't get the further around her performance at all. I really don't understand it. Well, good thing about Zoe Saldana in that she is a fine-ass husband. Who else is here? Love blown over by March. I mean, that's the thing. We live in the time where there is just some other crazy news story that people focus on. I feel like this is, like, different, though, because it's just so many other people are now seeing this now, general audiences or people just on YouTube. Like, there's just been a huge swath of people, like, recent YouTubers that are finally, like, reviewing it. I feel like I was one of the early reviewers for it. Like, you had the initial, it's so funny. You had the initial reviews that reviewed the film when it was doing the festival circuit stuff before it even made its debut on Netflix, and many of them were all fucking glowing of it. Either they were glowing of it, or they were saying, it's not for me, but it's good, right? And I feel like it's because they were scared to criticize it, because it's like, well, this is a movie about Mexican culture and the trans community. You have to like it, right? I think a lot of those people were scared. But then, Once like the Golden Globe nominations happened and it won all those things, more people started, and that's when I started checking out. People were like, what the fuck is this? This fucking sucks. I don't care that. I don't care that as a trans person. It's like, this fucking movie sucks. So I think that's what's happened. And I think more and more people are just gonna check this out, and more people are clowning on the movie. I think justifiably so. And so it's just gonna be, it's gonna be alive by the time we get to the Oscars. Let's see here. Here's I never saw the movie, but the photos I saw of her in the makeup were... Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Think you're going to take a movie about the movie Emilia Perez based on all this drama? They're going to just do a movie about the movie? That'd be funny. That would be kind of interesting. That'd be fascinating. Yeah, it's like The Disaster Artist, which is a movie about the making of The Room, which is based on a book, of course. But I'd be kind of curious to see that one. Greta Gerwig's another one now. What the fuck? I really want to just sit down with some of these filmmakers. Some of these filmmakers I really like. I've liked their works. Like, I'd love to sit like Greta. Like, what do you see? What do you see? Denis Villeneuve. His name is Denis Villeneuve. Good old Denis Villeneuve. I love that guy. I can't remember kind of race to his name. Yeah, it's true. That's true. You're right. You're right about that one. Oh, my God. Him and his blue kitty cat people. It looks sickly, especially in the hospital sequence. Oh, God. That hospital sequence with the I'm thinking of I know which one you're talking about. That one, yes. There's also the scene where it's the one that everyone's like reacting to, the penis and vagina scene. Oh man. Let's see. I do DoorDash. I do. So we're gonna watch the movie on the yard. Emilia Perez. Oh fuck. I never thought about doing a watch party for Emilia Perez. Maybe. Huh. I have to think about that. we might do a watch party for it. Maybe. They project a lot. Yeah. What's disappointing about so like yourself in regards to the narcissism? Yes, exactly. They project a lot. They do. That's disappointing. What's disappointing about Zoe? She's a criminally underrated actress. She has so many better performances than this. Yeah, sure. I mean, hell, her performance in the first Avatar should have got more recognition than it did. Her performance just wasn't taken as serious because of the motion capture. She has definitely done better films than Emilia Perez, 100% better performances. I'm not a big Avatar guy. Avatar 1 and 2, personally. Denis Villeneuve, like Stowe. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying Chris in the mirror. I know a narcissist when I see one. Narcissist. Ooh, that's a nice ring to it. Yeah, but Joe Zarwar did there recently and both didn't care for it. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I can't imagine any of them liking that film. Mark Webber stopped hating minorities after that first check cleared. Yeah. He's like, I don't have to be racist. Oh, man. Festival reviews I've said this many times. You're right. Deadpool's correct. Festival reviews are always overhyped every single fucking time. I've been to a film festival, whether it be Fantastic Fest or South by Southwest. It's like it's like they pump something. I think it's just because people are excited. People are just excited to be there, and they're just like, they see the names and things. They see the stars, and I think they just... I don't know. They just convinced themselves what they just saw was like amazing. I've seen it happen so many times. Even most recently in South by Southwest last year, like how many people were saying like Roadhouse is going to be the best action movie of 2024? It's like, what? Like people were coming out saying it's amazing. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It was crazy. Oh, let's see here. Where on the worst of list would you put if you have to update? That's a great question, Tommy. I'd have to. It'd probably be in the top 5. I think it would. It would be in the top 5 right now. It'd be up there with Megalopolis, Rebel Moon, Bantam Web. It'd be around those. It'd be maybe like 4-3. It was around there. Even Dan Merle didn't review this shit. Only talk about this because of the controversy around it. Oh, yeah, I watched this video. I was concerned that I was going to be the asshole for not liking it, and then I talked to a game NFL on Facebook and asked him what he thought of it. He told me it fucking sucks since I was able to breathe a little easier. I wouldn't give a shit, but like, didn't give a damn and hate it. But you don't. But I understand how you felt that way initially because you had all those reviews that were very glowing, or the very least saying like, it wasn't for me, but it's good. Coming out of these festivals praising the movie, right? I think they were afraid. I really do think they were afraid. Penis to Vagina, the making of Emilia Perez. Damn, fucking holy shit. There you go. There's the title. There's the behind-the-scenes documentary. Let's fucking go. Denny telenovela. Let's go. I hate your chat. Oh. Yeah, that scene. It's like they try to copy out David Fincher, lights his movie, and they botched it. Yeah. The lighting in the movie's terrible. Maybe watching Oscar time? Yeah, I think that might be. It's so boring, though. It is boring. But it is punctuated by these moments of like, what the fuck is happening? It's just so funny. Like the penis vagina song's really funny. Just the crazy, what happens in the second half with the family. Yeah. I'll think about it. But maybe for the Oscars, I think so. Just to remind ourselves, be like, oh yeah, fuck this movie. Now in recent years, the Oscars, they have 5 actors come out. Yeah, we're just talking about that, T-Gags, yeah. Do you think they're going to do that for, no, they've already said that they're not going to do that for the actors. They're going to do that for the directors. But then you still run the same problem with Jacques Audiard after everything that he said. And so he's going to get like all this heaping of praise after saying that Spanish-speaking people, that's a language of the poors, and saying that there's no good he didn't know any good Mexican actors, And what was the other thing, fucking crazy thing he said? He said something else. I'm losing track. I'm losing track of all the crazy shit. It's ridiculous. Off topic. I've been playing Lies of P. Oh, Driver, yeah, I gotta check that out. I played the beta of that. I really liked it. Fun Souls-like, and I have gotten further than I have in the From Software games. Either I've decided to lock in this game. The game's easier in the From Soft games, but I just didn't hold the Souls games interesting. I'm glad you're liking it. 14 hours in. Nice. I'm gonna play that eventually. More of it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be high and drinking for that movie. 100%. My favorite is always on that performance is when she got sacrificed for the Soul Stone. Narcissus is a good Sith name. I really like that name. I have to admit, of course I would, right? Even Rotten Tomatoes consensus is like, well, the actress is playing Emilia Pérez and it's about trans people. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that, maybe a best of compilation would be good for a pre-show. Yeah. Maybe if it played Jackbox Boy, it would have been better. maybe. Denny's Villa Grand Slam Breakfast. I love that guy. It's because the director is a white cis guy. Oscars. Yeah. Oh, man. Not even fake Mexican loot time film. Not even him. He's going to make some comments about Nigeria and he was dragged away. Well, was he? Are you serious? Oh, yeah. Are you joking, Dylan Murray? I wouldn't be surprised, though. Yeah. Again, Chad, it's a fascinating failure to behold. Because I'm like, yeah, this movie sucks. I hate that it's winning all these awards. I don't think it deserves to. But then all this and heap on top of it, it's made it I have to admit, it's made it very fun and very interesting to talk about. I cannot lie, because I just didn't expect all this. But here we are. Chat.